Anna, Yoga with Anna. Just wanted to welcome you in a nice little afternoon yoga practice on this Friday afternoon, or whatever day you choose to do this video on. So grab yourself your mat, water and a little cosy blanket afterwards for Shavasana, and we'll get started. So we're starting off on our seat, our Sukhasana. So we're going to just ground our sit bones into the mat. We're just going to rest our hands, let's lay them into the lap or on your kneecaps, whatever is comfortable for you. Drawing our eyes to a close, and we're just going to slowly invite some nice calming in-breaths into the system. Breathing through the nose and out through the mouth. Just starting to slow down, calming down. Inhale through the nose. Just bring your full attention to your breath now. And sink those shoulders away and start to calm into our practice. Taking a few more breaths in through the nose. And exhale. Making sure you're breathing right into the belly now. So breathing in. Flip the ribs, bring up the belly. And we're going to exhale and sink. Inhaling in. And exhale out. Inhaling in and exhale out through the mouth. You might want to sigh any tension out. Inhaling in and drawing those shoulders away from the ears, the sit bones into the mat. We'll take one more breath here. Inhale in, deepen that breath and exhale out. Bring those hands to heart centre. We're just going to set an intention, a positive intention for our practice. So just take a moment to see what comes into your mind. Set that intention now. Repeat that intention to yourself. And we'll get started. Okay, so we're going to bring our hands now. We're going to start off in cat and cow. So just making sure your knees are underneath hips. Inhale, pushing forward into the hands, opening the chest, sending the hips back, dropping the belly. As you exhale, drawing navel to spine, we're arching the back. Inhale, rippling forwards now, really find an opening into the heart space, pushing the hips back. As you exhale, draw navel to spine, we're going to arch the back, feeling release in those shoulders and in the upper back. Inhale, rippling forwards to open, bring your gaze up. And exhale. One more. Inhale through to cow pose. Really nice stretch across the chest here. And exhale back. Really arch that back, drawing up now. Navel to spine. We're going to sit back on our heels. And just rest our hands up on our thighs. We're just going to do some neck circles. So bring your gaze forward. And we're going to slowly just roll our head back and round. You can bring your eyes to a close if you like, just to really work slowly, rolling your head backwards and back round, using your breath with the movement. Inhaling to bring the head right back round, and once you get to the back, exhale to bring it back to the front. We'll take one more this side. Really slowly rolling that head round to come to your centre. We'll reset and we'll go the other side. So inhale to roll the head back, and when it comes to the back, exhale to roll forwards. Just slowly and controlled, and feeling the weight of that head. Feeling the release in the neck. Just enjoying that lovely stretch of the neck. We'll take one more. And we'll all meet back into our centre point. With your eyes still closed, just drop that chin down, so chin towards the neck, feeling the release in the back of the neck. Take a nice inhale in, and now exhale out. Slide anything out that you're holding on to. Inhale, drawing that chin up to the ceiling and dropping that head back, we'll drop that neck back. Find a nice opening in the chest. Inhale into the chest, into the throat, and exhale to drop that head down. Perfect. coming back into your tabletop position, walking your knees underneath the hips. Once again, inhaling through to cow and exhale to cat. Really arch your back, and then we're going to sink back into our heels, into our balasana, into our child's pose. Bring those feet together, the big toes are touching and the knees are wide apart towards the outside of our mat. We're walking our hands further forwards and we're resting our foreheads down. Take a long inhale in and sink those hips back and sink down into your mats. It's a really, really good calming pose. Just very, very good for digestion as well. Good to open up the hips and just stretch out those shoulders and stretch out those arms and sinking into your mats. Inhale, bring the right arm up. So really bring your gaze up to that right arm, and we're going to thread it on the exhale underneath the left hand. Bring that right ear down to the mat and just take a moment here. We're taking 3 inhales in and 3 exhales out when you're ready. Just melting into your mats, just feeling a release in that right shoulder. Really filling up with the in-breath and sinking with the out-breath. See if you can walk that left hand a little bit further forwards. Unthreading that hand and walking it back to centre point. Inhaling the left arm, so really stretch that left arm up now. Inhale up, exhale, sending it underneath the right. Bring that left ear down to the mat. Breathing 3 breaths here for 1. Filling up through the belly and the back body, and exhale to melt down. Inhale again, really breathing in. And exhale to sink. We'll take 1 more breath in. And exhale to melt down. Walking those hands further forwards. Just tuning into your breath now. I'd like you to just work on victorious breath, the ocean breath. So breathing in through the nose. Closing the mouth with a slight constriction at the back of the throat, and exhale, fully through the nose. Now this just sounds like the breath of the ocean rolling in and rolling out. So inhale through the nose. And exhale out through the nose. Inhale, rippling forwards. We're going to come over and lower our bodies down onto the mats. Bringing the fingertips underneath the shoulders. We're inhaling up into cobra. So bring that gaze forward. Just pushing the hips back. Just putting the weight into our legs now. Feeling a nice opening in the chest. Exhale back. Out through the nose. Into your balasana. Toes together. Inhale, rippling forwards to open the chest. Into cobra. Exhale back into your child's pose. Just working with the breath now. Inhale, rippling forwards to open the chest. As you exhale, coming back into your balasana. We're making sure now, coming back into our tabletop, that our knees are underneath the hips, our hands are underneath the shoulders. We're going to tuck our toes and we're going to slowly make our way into our downward facing dog. So, take a moment, set your downward facing dog up. Raise those knees up high, sending the hips up high. You might want to walk out your downward facing dog. So just take a moment to see what you need. Just heading those heels back towards the earth. Grounding those hands through the forefinger, through the palms. We're pushing the mat away with our hands. Really working the shoulders back, spreading those shoulders. We're lifting up slightly through the core and sending the hips up high. Taking 3 breaths here. Might want to take a head knock, cut my words out. A head roll from side to side. 2, 3. A few yeses, a few no's. Just feel a release in that neck. See what you need. And just take a moment to pedal out. And slowly walk your feet towards your hands into your first forward fold of the day. Take a kind bend of those knees. The feet can be together or a couple of inches apart. So just take what you need. And just take a minute just to take a sway from front to back. Breathing and just tuning to the body and seeing what the body needs. Taking one rock from front to back. Really can't speak again today. And crossing those arms overhead And taking a sway from the side to side into your ragdoll. Now see if you can try and straighten the legs and feel a nice release in those hamstrings. And just take a moment, just let that head, let that neck hang heavy, and just feel a release all in that back body. Try to straighten the spine, so just sending those hips up high again, and if you can, straighten those legs a little bit more. Drop those hands and inhale into flat back, so bring your gaze forwards, hands to shins or hands to the mat, fingertips to the mat. Lengthen through that spine, send those hips up high. Exhale to fold. Inhale, lifting those arms up all the way overhead. Arms up high, really reaching. Exhale, hands to heart center. We're going to do some sun salutations. So coming to the ends of your mat into your Tadasana, your mountain pose. Grounding through those feet. So we're going to take a rock from front to back just to find our position, just finding our center. Connecting with the mat, feel the feet above the earth, just grounding down. We're lifting up the kneecaps, we're inwardly rotating the thighs, tucking the tailbone under, and we're drawing up through the core. Give those shoulders a roll away from the ears. Inhale the arms up overhead, so really reaching up. Now bring your gaze to your thumbs. Exhale, hands to heart center. And again, inhale the arms up overhead. Breathing up to stretch up. Exhale, hands to heart center. This time, if you can, coming up onto your tiptoes. Inhale, lifting up, reaching up now with the feet. Lift, stretching those feet now. And exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale the arms up overhead and bring the right hand down the back of the body. Now bring the left hand and just give it a little help. I'm just going to face you so you can see what's going on. Drawing up through the core and grounding those feet. We're going to take a side bend over now to the left. So really breathing, sending the hips to the right and just feeling a nice release in that right shoulder. Inhale to come up. Exhale, drop those arms down. Inhale the left arm and drop that down the back. Give it a little help with the right hand, just give it a little pat to get it down a bit further. And then if you can, inhale over to the right, send the hips over to the left. Breathing space now into that side body. You might want to close your eyes or bring your gaze down, whatever suits you, whatever you need today, just take it. Inhale coming up, exhale the arms down. Once again, I did say some salutations, so we will start those today. Inhale the arms up overhead, reaching up. We're going to hinge at the hips and flex forwards. Really hinge at those hips, coming into your forward fold. Inhale into flat back, so draw those shoulder blades back, find length, bring your gaze forwards or down. Exhale to fold. Inhale, so bring the right leg back into lunge position. Or take a moment in our lunge. So just pushing back the heel, lifting up through the kneecap. We're just taking a rock from front to back. Just feeling a release in that hip and stretching out that back leg. Exhale, stepping the left leg back into our downward facing dog again. Adho Mukha Shavasana. Inhale, rippling forwards over into high plank, drawing up through the core. Lengthen through the neck to extend the length of the spine. Bring the weight forwards into the hands. You can lower the knee, chin, chest to the ground. Lying at the hands in line with the shoulders. Inhale, drawing those shoulder blades back into the cobra or full cobra. Exhale, tucking toes back, lifting knees, coming into your downward facing dog. Inhale, stepping the right leg between hands into your lunge position. Exhale, stepping the left leg back into your full position. Inhale into flat back. So just take a nice length of that spine, gaze facing forwards, pushing the hips back. Exhale to fold. Inhale lifts you all the way up, engaging the core, really reaching up now. And if you can, take your baby back bend, send your hips forward, opening up that heart space to the sky. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale to flex forward, hinging at the hips. Back into your full position. Let that head, let that neck go. Inhale into that back, bring your gaze forwards again. Exhale to fold. Inhale, stepping your left leg back. Taking a moment, taking a rock again. So lifting up through the kneecap, pushing back with the heel, taking a rock. Exhale, stepping the right leg back. all will meet in downward facing dog. Taking 2 nice long in breaths in here. And exhale. So replant those hands down, spread those fingertips wide, elbows externally rotated. Inhale, rippling forwards, over now into high plank position. If you'd like to come with me, we're going to come into chaturanga. Otherwise, you can drop your knees, chin, chest down. So inhale, bringing the weight forwards over the hands, lowering. Inhale, lifting up to baby cobra or full cobra. Or if you'd like to take full upward facing dog, you can do so, lifting the kneecaps so the tops of the feet are pressing to the mat. Bring your gaze forwards or up. Exhale, back into your downward facing dog. Once we're in our downward facing dog, we're going to ground the feet to centre slightly. So just bring those feet into centre slightly. We'll take a nice inhale and lift the right leg up behind us into 3-legged dog. Make sure the hips are squared so they're facing forwards. Take a bend of the right knee. We're going to draw some circles now with the right knee. So for 1, for 2, for 3. I'm going to go the other way. For 1, for 2, for 3. Bring the knee between the hands and landing that foot between the hands. We're lowering the back left leg. Excuse me. Right. Setting up Anjaneyasana. So making sure your knee is over ankle. We're going to inhale, bringing the arms up so the palms are facing one another. And taking it almost like a little baby back bend from this position. Find a nice opening in the chest. Find a release in those hips. As we exhale, folding forward, straightening up the front leg, the right leg. Flexing the foot now, we're coming into half splits. Bring your gaze into the flexed foot. Inhale, lifting up into Ujjainasana. Palms facing one another. Low crescent lunge. Exhale to flex the foot forwards, aim the chin to the knee. Feel a release in that hamstring. Inhale, lifting up. Reaching up now, palms facing one another as you exhale and flex forwards. We'll do one more. Inhale, lifting up, palms facing one another. Really, really reaching up, pushing those hips further forwards, making sure they're nice and in line. Exhale to hinge at the hips and just flexing forwards. Just taking a moment to feel a nice release in the hamstring. You can walk your hands a little bit further forwards if you like to, and if you want to bow your head down, you can do so too. Inhale, planting that right foot. We're going to send the back foot now. So the back left foot is going to come towards the right hand side of the side of the mat. 90-degree angle. Okay, setting this position up. We're going to place the right hand next to the right foot. So plant that right hand down. We're opening up now, stacking the shoulders and opening up through the left hand. You can bring your gaze up or facing forwards, whatever is good for you. Just taking a nice stretch here. We're taking 3 deep breaths in here. Feeling a nice release in that right hip. Just really nice toning in the arms going on. And find a nice detoxifying twist at the same time. I'm going to walk those hands over to the bent knee at the back. Straighten out the right leg. Just out at the side. Right hand works down the right leg. And we're going to C-shape over with the left hand. Working in line with the ear. Really feeling a nice stretch and release in that side body. Inhale, windmilling over to lift up and feel a nice stretch again from the fingertip to the toe in that right side. Breathing here for 1 and exhale out. Inhale, lifting up, windmilling over. We'll do one more. So taking a nice stretch over now to that right body, by side body. And exhale over, windmilling over, land that left hand down. Find a nice release. Nice channel of energy runs from the right fingertip through to the right toe. Bring your hands down, walking over towards the front foot, turning the back foot now to face back as we were before. You might want to work your foot in or to the side of the mat. We're coming into lizard lunge. So bring those forearms down on the mat if you can, and you'll feel a deep release in that right hip. So you can bring your hands down or forearms, whatever you can, whatever's more comfortable for you. It's not the most comfortable pose, I have to say, but it's a really good hip release. So let that head go and tune into that right hip, breathing in to soften, and exhale to release. Take another deep breath in here, and exhale to release. Walking those hands up, we're going to bring the right foot back now, back into tabletop position, just resetting a second here. We're going to tuck the toes and we're going to come back into our downward facing dog. Taking a moment in your dog, once again, making sure your feet are hip width apart, you're planting your hands down on the mat, so really clawing the mat with your hands, fingertips spread wide. Your gaze is between the knees, between the feet, wherever is good. We're walking the feet slightly into centre, so anchoring down through the right foot. We're going to lift and raise the left leg, coming into three-legged dog on the opposite side, squaring off the hips. We're taking a bend at the knee, the raised leg, so the foot is always going to kick the opposite side of the glute on the right-hand side. We're drawing circles for 1, for 2, and for 3, and we'll go the other side for 1, for 2, for 3. We're going to bring the knee between the hands and land it. So back in our lunge position, drawing up through that kneecap. Taking a moment, we'll lower that knee down and relax that foot out back behind us. Making sure the hips are squared, nice and even facing forwards. Inhale the arms up, palms facing one another, Ujjainasana. Take a nice inhale to open up that chest, and exhale, going to melt forwards, straightening out the left leg and taking a flex with the left leg. And the inhale comes, lifting up, palms facing one another, hips squared to the front. And exhale, sweeping those hands down. Imagine painting your mats. Aim the chin to the knee. Inhale, lifting up. Really find a nice opening in the chest. Arms parallel, really reaching up now. Exhale, flexing forwards. Aim the chin to the knee. We'll do one more. Inhale to lift up. Really reaching up with those hands. Exhale, planting them down, flexing the foot. Just walking those hands a little bit further forwards in your halfway splits. Aiming the chin to the knee. If you want to release your head completely, you can bow your head down as well to the knee. You'll feel a really deep release in those hamstrings as well. So just enjoy that lovely stretch. Inhale to plant that leg down. Now, we're turning the back leg, the right leg out. The foot goes back towards the left-hand side of the mat, so it's like a 45-degree angle. And when you're ready, you're going to plant the left hand down towards the left foot. I'm going to open up and stack the shoulders through the right side. I have to think my left and right then. So really making sure those shoulders are stacked and just feeling a nice release in that left hip and an opening through that right shoulder, drawing up like a nice twist of the torso as well. Taking a nice deep breath in here. You bring your gaze forwards or up. And exhale. We'll take one more. Inhaling in. And exhaling out. Bring that hand down. We're going to turn the back foot now again, so it's facing the back of our mats. We're walking the left foot out towards the side, and we're bringing our forearms down, or our hands, whatever you choose. Whatever is more comfortable. You will feel a deep release in that left hip. So just take a moment, relax that head, relax that neck. I feel a really deep release in that left hip. Breathing in to soften and exhale to release. Invite calmness in with the breath and exhale any tension. One more breath in and exhale. Walking those hands up again. We're going to tuck the left foot, so it's meeting back into our tabletop position. Bring those knees out wide, bring those big toes together, and we're going to sit back onto our heels into our balasana, our child's pose, walking those fingertips further forwards, just taking a stretch away from the hips with our fingertips. Feeling release in those shoulders. And sitting back, rounding down through our hips and through our sit bones. I'm going to inhale, rippling forwards over now into Cobra, opening up the chest. And then exhale back, meeting in tabletop position. You might want to bring your knees in slightly. We're going to tuck our toes and lift our knees, coming back into our downward facing dog. We're going to vinyasa through, which is inhale, rippling forwards over into plank position, hovering, so extending that neck in line with the spine. Bring the weight forwards, or if you want to drop the knees, chin, chest, you can do so, lowering the body weight down. Inhale, planting those hands into baby cobra, full cobra, or even if you want to lift the knees into full upward facing dog. Tucking the toes and coming back into your downward facing dog. Or taking a moment here. Inhale, stepping the right leg between the hands. Take a moment, just making sure you're lifting that kneecap, pushing back with the heel, taking a rock. And stepping the left foot to meet the front foot, back into your full position. So if you can, just making sure you straighten those legs out a little bit more to get more of a hamstring stretch. Drop that neck, drop that chin. Inhale into flat back, find length in that back. Really pushing those hips back now. Exhale to fold. Inhale, lifting up all the way, arms up overhead. Exhale, baby back bend, find an opening in those hips. Inhale, lifting up, hinging at the hips, flexing forwards, back into your full position. Inhale into flat back, so you can hands to shins or fingertips to the mat. Exhale to fold. Inhale, stepping the left leg back. Really step back generously with that left leg, lifting the kneecap, pushing back with the heel, just taking a rock, feeling release in those hips. Gaze facing forward. Exhale back with the right leg back into your downward facing dog. Inhale, ripping forwards over into plank position. Drawing up through the core, lifting up the hips, and just making sure your gaze is facing down. Exhale back into your downward facing dog. Inhale, ripping forwards over now into high plank, drawing up, make sure in the right alignment, drawing up with the core. Exhale back to downward facing dog. Inhale, rippling forwards now, and if you can, take a moment, breathing in, and exhale. Inhale the right knee forward, and exhale, and again. Inhale the right knee forward, and exhale. Inhale the right knee forwards, and exhale. Come back into your downward facing dog if you need a breather. Still working on the body, opening up those shoulders. Going to stretch all down the back of the hamstrings. Inhale, ripping forwards over into plank, just making sure you're drawing up with the hips, drawing up with the core. Inhale the left leg forwards, the knee just towards the wrist, the left wrist. Exhale. Inhale the left knee again. And exhale, she's building up some heat now. Inhale the left knee, and exhale back into downward facing dog. Inhale, ripping forwards over into plank. Next is getting and then drop those forearms down into forearm plank. Taking a moment here, setting up your forearm plank, so pushing back into the heels, drawing up through the core. We're inhaling the right knee forwards to elbow. Exhale. Whew. Inhale the right knee to elbow, and exhale, building up that heat, and exhale. We'll go the opposite side if you can. Left knee, exhale, left knee to elbow, exhale. One more time, left knee to elbow. Lowering down, thank goodness for that. Whew. Plant those hands and take a moment. Breathing in deeply. And exhale. Pressing into the hands, we're coming up into full cobra. Just taking a nice release of that chest and stretching the front body. Exhale to lower. Planting that forehead down. We're interlacing the hands on the back of the body, so resting those interlaced hands. So bring the wrists together, bring those interlaced hands together now. Palms together. Inhale to lift up, so bring the gaze facing forward, and if you can, lift those interlaced hands. Exhale down. And again, inhale to lift up, interlaced hands at the back of the body. Exhale down. Or do one more. Inhale to lift up, and exhale down. We're going to push back into our child's pose, our balasana, and take a moment just to relax. Bring those knees out wide and rest that forehead down. Slightly building heat up in that core as well. So you should notice your hips feeling a lot looser, a lot more open. Have a lot more flexibility in the body with them, hips being a bit more open. Do a lot of sitting as well, they can get quite locked up. And nice release in the hamstrings as well. It will help prevent any injuries. So taking a long inhale in and a long calming exhale out. And again, long calming inhale in and leave a long calming exhale out. And one more. Inhale in and exhale out. Walking those hands close to the body. We're going to send the feet round now towards the front, making sure the soles of the feet are in together. So we're going to walk the feet, the heels close to the pelvis now if you can. So just go at your own comfort zone. You'll feel a deep release on the inner thighs now. Now if you can, open the big toes out like a book, like you'd be reading a book, pushing the outside of the feet into the mat. So feel a really deep release in those inner thighs. Draw up through the core. This is really, really, really good for the kidneys, I suppose, as well. Helps the energy flow to into your stomach. Breathing deeply. Still trying to get over the core work. Breathing in and exhale. And one more. Deep breath in. And if you can, bring your hands over your feet, clasp your feet, and just draw up through the core and flex forwards. Just working your body weight down, just softening through the shoulders, and just taking a moment to feel that lovely release. You can extend now the right leg out long, and so plant the left sole of foot into the right thigh. Inhale the left arm and working a side stretch through on the left side. So just feel a really, really deep release, even from the hip and through that left side body. Breathing in and exhale down. You're going to plant the left hand behind you, so behind the left hip. I'm going to draw up through the right hand and just push the hip open and ground down through that left hand, ground down through the left hip, through the left knee, and find a nice deep opening in the chest. Exhale to come down. We're going to swap those feet over. So bring the right sole of the foot in, extend the left leg out long, work that left hand down the left leg, draw up through that side stretch. You might want to draw your eyes to close or bring your gaze up, whatever is good for you. You might not need so much flexibility in this particular side and find it a lot tighter. So tune to the body, just see what stretch it needs. Just try and soften through the reaching left arm. Taking a nice deep breath in and exhale. Work that right hand to the right hip. Lift up through the left hand side and lift the body, opening up through the left hip. And almost bring the left arm, can't speak again, in line with the left ear. Feel a deep release coming onto the ball of the left foot, grounding through the right knee and right hand. Exhale down, extend those legs out long, Paschimottanasana, grounding those sit bones. Inhale up, so just drawing up through the core, finding that leg, really push those sit bones into the mat, reaching up and then hinging again at the hips, flexing forwards, just letting that head go. Breathing deeply now, walking those hands a little bit further forwards. It's really, really calming, so beneficial, especially at the end of the day. It's going to really help stretch out the spine as well. So if you can, walk those fingertips a little bit further forwards. Take it kind of micro bend in the knees if you need to. And take a moment to release any tension you're holding on to. Inhale up, lifting those arms up. We're bringing the knees close to the body now, so we're going to hug those knees in and go slowly, slowly, slowly roll back. Taking a rock from side to side, breathing deeply and hugging those lovely legs in close to the body. Just have gratitude for your body now, for everything it achieves, everything it does for you on a daily basis. Just take note and just give it some time so you can really, really stretch out and appreciate it. Not always too hard on ourselves. So exhale, reach those legs out long, Reach those fingertips out long too, so really take a moment to stretch out long, releasing any tension you're holding on to. Grow tall, grow long. And exhale, working those knees in. I'm going to tuck the chin in this time. So really feel a release on the back of the neck. And exhale to lower. While the knees are still crossed and the knees are still hovering over, we're going to send the right foot over the left thigh. And we're going to draw our hands through the gap and hug the left shin close to the body. And you feel a really deep release in that right hip. So just take a moment to feel that release. And breathing in, lengthen the inhale and lengthen the exhale. Let's see if you can match the inhale to the exhale. It's called Samavriti, equal breathing. Just tuning to your breath, really important for calming the whole system, really important in yoga, connecting the breath with the body. Okay, untuck the right knee and then extend the left leg out long. Hold that right knee in close to the body. Really, really squeeze it in, squeeze it in, squeeze it in. And then we're going to bring the left hand to the right kneecap and draw over to the left hand side, opening out through that right arm. So the right arm goes out to the right. Let our head roll down to the right hand side. And aim, if you can, to get the knee down. Feel a deep release in the back body. Just take a moment just to enjoy that nice stretch. Cactus arms if you can, if you've not got much room like Miska. Inhaling in, right to the belly, and exhaling out. Inhale the right knee close to the body again, so work yourself back to center point, and inhale the left leg in. Exhale, and we're crossing the left leg over the right knee, and then we're going to hug through the gap the right shin close to the body. So taking a moment to breathe deeply, noticing a left release in that left hip, drawing your eyes to a close if it's good for you. And just enjoy being in this very moment, working on your body, releasing anything that's not serving you. Send that out with the exhale. Taking one more inhale in, and even long exhale out. So bring the left leg in, hug that left leg in again. Hug those knees in, extend the right leg out. So really hug the left knee in close and closer to the body. And bring that right hand to the left kneecap and draw it over to the right hand side, opening up through the left arm, cactus arms if you like. Let the left head, I've got two heads, have we? I can't speak. Let the head roll to the left hand side. Oh dear. Breathing in deeply. Feel a release in the back body. Feel a nice opening in the chest. And just tuning into how you're feeling. Reminding yourself of your intention for your practice. We'll take one more breath in here. So really breathing in deeply. And exhale to center. Hug those knees in. We're just going to come into our Shavasana. So if you want to grab something warm, eye pillow. Just take a moment to slow breathing down. Slow the thought process down. And take this moment just to thank your body for what it's achieved for the yoga practice today. Exhale, extend those legs out long, if you can. And then extend those arms out to the side. And just take a moment to invite some stillness in. Breathing into the tummy. And the exhale, draw the navel to the spine. If there's any areas of tension you're holding, anything you're still holding on to, I want you to find it now with your breath. And send out with the exhale, melting into your mat. Inhale in, let's count to 3. Inhale for 3. And exhale for 3. Inhale for 3. And exhale for 3. Inhale for 3. And exhale for 3. Just coming into a natural rhythm of breathing. Softening through that jaw if you haven't already. Soften through the shoulders. Let the thighs, let the legs grow heavy. And let the feet feel happy and fall out to the sides. Feel a nice stretch and release over the hips that we've done for our yoga practice today. And tune into the core. Maybe you feel heat into that core today. I know I have. So really breathe into this space. Fill it with a lovely long in-breath, followed by a lovely calming out-breath. Let the breath flow to the shoulders. And let those shoulders feel relaxed and heavy as they're supported by the mat, supported by the earth. Breathing into heart centre and flowing positivity and calmness throughout the system with the out breath. Breathe in peace and calm. And exhale any tension, any anxieties, any worries that you're holding on to, especially in this stressful time. Let it be released. Breathe in peace and calm. Let it flush through the body with the inhale and pick up any tension and send it out on the exhale with any worries, any anxieties and anything that doesn't serve you anymore. Send it out the exhale. We're going to take 3 deep breaths in, working on filling up the ribs and exhaling to melt. Breathing into the tummy. Breathing in deeply into this area and exhale. Now this time, see if you can send that in-breath into the hips. Breathing space into that area and exhale. Bring the hands to squeeze, the feet to squeeze, and draw those knees in to the chest and taking a rock from side to side. Long inhales followed by long exhales. Let your knees roll out to the right, coming onto your right hand side, coming up slowly into your Sukhasana, your seat. Drawing those eyes down to close and just taking a moment to come around. So taking those hands to your heart centre, taking that intention with you for the afternoon, for the evening, on to the next day and the next week. Taking a moment to be still and present. Inhale in and exhale out. Inhale the arms up overhead into high prayer with the eyes still closed. Exhale, hands to your heart centre. We'll do one more. Inhale, really bring a beautiful inhale into your system. And exhale, hands to your heart centre. Tuck your chin, take a bow to those hands at heart centre. From the light within me to the light within you. Namaste. Keep happy, healthy, well and positive. Open your eyes and welcome to the afternoon.